okay, as Kim already said, I'm Ashleigh. Firstly, thank you for this opportunity. I'm super excited to be given this opportunity just to speak about tech and, being a woman in tech and how I got there. So, this is a little journey thing. So in high school, I did not study IT. We did not have CAT, we did not have IT. So the subjects that I took here, as you can see, was like English, Afrikaans, life orientation, pure maths, business studies, consumer studies, and physical science. And it's a very strange combination. I always got that, but I'm very fortunate to have gone to a school that allowed us to pick whichever subjects we wanted. But because I knew I wanted to do something sciencey, I obviously made sure to take pure maths and physical science, right? And as I go through the presentation, I'll also tell you like which subjects do you really need. It's not all subjects that you need to take. So I didn't really do IT as a subject, but we used to have an extramural they used to call it just like IT classes. And initially it was like 30 of us. It was like a whole classroom full. Everybody was super excited, we would be learning how to code. And back then we learned Delphi, right? So when we started super full, everybody was excited. And towards the end of the term, it was only two people left, which was me and this guy. So from then on, I was like, okay, why did everybody leave? Understandably so, like coding is a bit challenging, but it's also fun. So from then on, I was like, okay, you know what? I really have been enjoying these extramurals. So I'm going to pursue that in university. So I continued on, and when I was applying for university, I realized, okay, I just need maths and physical science for like the course that I wanted to do. So I knew, okay, my subjects were in order. So that's something I'd really recommend, like know the subjects you need to study in university early. Don't wait until like matric to realize, oh, okay, fine, I might need maths, because then you end up having to do like bridging courses and so forth. So yeah, already start doing research on the subject you'll need for like IT. It differs per university, but because I went to UJ, I'll obviously be speaking for UJ. So yeah. And then so in university, I studied a Bachelor of Science in computer science, well, IT in computer science and informatics. So those were my two majors, right? So why are careers in IT in demand? The first one is obviously, technology is everywhere. Right now, we're having this wonderful meeting where we're sharing knowledge and we're using technology to do that. So it's something that you engage with literally every single day. You're using your laptop, you're using social media. So it's very like, what's the word, prominent? Like it's there everywhere. And we're also living in a very digitalized world as well, from businesses to hospitals to clinics. Every place you go uses some form of technology, even like, the airport systems. So it's something that is everywhere that you go. So that's also why it's in demand, because it's literally everywhere. And then also for online safety, as we move to a more digitalized world, there are things that you need to consider. So this is where, like, people who want to do cybersecurity come in, because as people are doing the online shopping, as people are building, like, very critical systems, like the hospital systems, we need to have people in the industry who can ensure that, okay, fine, cool, the code is written, but is it safe? Is it safe for the people? Is it safe for like the environment as a whole? There are many considerations that you need to think about. So that's why it's also in demand, because like in terms of cybersecurity, there's the online security aspect of it, and also big data. I'm sure you guys have noticed, sometimes you go to like Instagram, you fill in a form, cool, and then in a few minutes or like the next day, you're now receiving information. Data is very important. Like we live on data. Like data is basically money. People, businesses especially, need data so that they can also make informed business decisions. And that's where, our data analysts, data, I forgot now the name, but the data people, that's where they come in as well. And they're also in demand because businesses especially use that data that they get from their customers or potential customers to make informed decisions like, okay, this is what people need, this is what people like, this is what we can change up, this is what attracts people. There's so many things to analyze with their data so that they can make, super informed, smart decisions. So that's why it's also in demand, because it helps other businesses as well make, informed decisions. And also cool innovations. I'm sure most of us have realized, there's a lot of talk on, AI, robotics, all those things are being used to create new innovations that will ultimately help us as humans as well, to make our daily living easier, exciting things as well, just for like entertainment. And also, that's also another reason why, careers in IT are in demand, because they're cool innovations that people can come up with. And it's not even that thing of you have to like study, or everybody has got the creative ability, and people who want to be in the IT space, who have these cool ideas, then have that opportunity to then implement it, and then people will buy into the idea, and then it gets implemented on a large scale. So those are like the top, or I'll say like my 5 reasons why I'd say careers in IT are in demand, right? So if you're someone who wants to go into the IT space, or you want to study IT at university, so I'll be speaking from UJ's perspective. Bear in mind, it's different for different universities, right? But if you want to do the degree that I did, which was the 3-year degree at UJ, the main subjects you need to look at is maths and English, literally. You don't need to worry about the physical science and all the other subjects. And you need to ensure that your English is like level 5. Level 5 is like, I think 60. Like, I'm not too sure. I think either 50 or 60. I'm not too sure. I stand to be corrected. But yeah, level 5 for English. And then depending on which specific IT like degree you want to do, then it will be, if you want to do like IT or computer science and informatics, then you have to have a level 6. And then there's a new program that UJ actually has. That one you need a level 7 in maths, because AI needs more maths apparently. And then also your APS. So that's basically the total, like, when you add up all the different levels that you got for all your subjects, exclusive of life orientation, you need to make sure you have a minimum of at least 30, which is not too bad when you really think about it, because I think the maximum you can get exclusive of LO, if you don't do extra subjects, is about 40. So those are the minimum APAs that you need. And then if you want to do the 4-year degree, so basically you do the same subjects, but over a 4-year span. That one, they consider physical science and or life science as well. But for English, you need a level 4, and for math, you need a level 5. So like, let's say I know when I was in first year, they even gave us the option to choose this 4-year degree, because your workload is kind of spread out, and the demand isn't that high. Although when you look at the modules, you realize that you're actually going to end up doing it the same way. They split your first year into 2 years, but 3rd year and 4th year, you still do the same modules. So that's where they catch you. But yeah, and you need a minimum APS of 26, right? So people will say you need your degree. And I do agree, like, you really do need your degree. But our industry is one where you're continuously learning. So I graduated last year. So I was doing a graduate program last year. And this year, I'm a junior software engineer. But I still need to continuously learn, continuously improve myself. And also, I'm specializing in DevOps as well. And it's not something that we really touched on in university. So that's where it's really important to have that mindset. So if you're not someone who is willing to learn continuously, then I wouldn't recommend going into the space. Technologies are constantly changing. There's always updates to like frameworks. There's always new coding standards and methods. So if you feel like, okay, this is how I've done it, this is how I always do it, firstly, when you go to the working industry, it's not going to work for you. And also just for yourself, like self-improvement, if you that type of person with that mindset, then it won't help you, because you're not going to be growing with the technologies, with the industry, right? So have that continuous learning mindset and get, certifications, do short courses, make time for that. And also work on side projects. You can do your own personal projects. You can work on projects with other people, and stay up to date with industry trends. Like, things are literally getting updated so constantly. And if you stay behind, not only will you have systems that are not updated, you will also be behind in terms of your own like coding skills and levels, and also network. There's always this misconception that, people in the IT industry, they live in their own silos, they're super quiet and whatnot, but you really need to harness those soft skills. You need to step out of your comfort zone and network. Even when you're in high school, start attending hackathons, start attending, those Microsoft events. Don't be like, oh, I'll see that when I cross the bridge. No, like start preparing ahead of time, don't wait until the last minute to, have the best looking CV and so forth, start networking now. And also understand, the type of networking that you want to be doing. It's not that networking of like, oh, how many contacts can I get on my phone? Like build solid networking relationships, it must be valuable for you and for the other person, and also specialize in high demand areas. So fair and square, you can be a good developer, you can be into coding, but also try to specialize because that will also help you. So like specialize in like, right now there's cloud computing, data analysis, find a field in the IT space that you can specialize in. That will also benefit you. And on this next slide here, I'll show you some of the careers in IT that are non-dev. Because, there are a lot of people who want to go into the IT space, but they think, no, I'll just not go there because I don't want to be a developer. I don't want to be writing code. But this is just a small list. But these are some of the like careers in IT, and these ones don't really include or require you to be coding, And you can look into these, the tech careers, and of course, it's the same tech degree that will basically get you to these roles, but of course you'd have to specialize as well, right? You would need to do extra certifications or short courses just so that you can get like that specific thing. I do know in some universities you can actually specialize, or like if you want to do cybersecurity, they'll have like an honors course, so you can also take that route. But don't be discouraged and be like, okay, since I don't like development, I'm not going to go into the IT space, because there's so many other career fields in the IT space that you can go into. And I'll be closing up. That's basically a nutshell. Just another thing that I just wanna like encourage the people especially people in high school, don't feel pressurized to do okay, so like for me, I made that realization to go into the IT industry because of the experience that I had when I was doing those extramurals, right? For other people, they go into the IT space because of the money. Fair and square, there is money in the IT space, right? But if you don't enjoy it, the money is not going to be worth it, because it's not going to be easy. Like, you're going to have long nights. There are going to be times where you don't get a lot of sleep. There's a continuous learning that I was talking about. So if you're going in for the money, then I wouldn't really recommend it. I feel like there are many other, like rather follow your passion and you'll make money there. But if it's something that you really feel like, okay, this is for me, then by all means, let the money encourage you and motivate you. But if it's only the money that you're going in for and you don't really have the passion, or it's not something that you're interested in, then don't put yourself under that, what can I say, that whirlwind, because you just hear, okay, IT has a lot of money. There's a lot of careers that have money as well. So make sure that it's something that you want to do. Make sure it's something that you're passionate about. And also, as you're doing it, don't be discouraged, because it's going to be difficult, but you remember why you're doing it. You keep pushing. And for the ladies, there's a high possibility you will always be the one person in the team. So like right now, I'm the only person in my team. But let that be something that motivates you. Like for me, that's something that really encourages me. And also, it helps you to realize how much you need to actually be bold and proud about like how far you've made it, and how you can encourage other people, like other ladies, to also get into the industry and realize that, like girls can also be developers. Girls can also, excel in the IT industry. So let that be your motivation. Don't be discouraged. Because, I've heard stories of where people started their IT degree, and because it's just so male dominant and it can feel pressurizing, then they're like, okay, no, this is not for me. And you always hear it like, no, IT is not for girls and all. So don't let that discourage you. Instead, let that motivate you to like keep pushing, to make a mark, and to encourage other people. We don't really have a lot of like women in STEM. Like now it's becoming more, but be that person that other people can, get advice from and learn from, because you stood your ground, you pushed through, and you made it. So yes, thank you. I'm opening up for any questions, concerns.